Where are my UFC fans at? I am so excited today to share with you guys what I learned from Dana White. So last February, I attended Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference. It was amazing. I'm going to try and re-edit this in YouTube, and I can put some pictures and music and stuff from my time there. But Dana White was a surprise speaker. He wasn't even scheduled to speak. And all of a sudden he was there and we were freaking out. And I so wish that Sean would have been there with me because he was epic. So here's some takeaways from Dana White. 99% of the battle is knowing what you want to do. So I think that's so true. And we can be so lost as to what we want to do. And that's literally 99% of the battle. So if you figure out what you want to do, woo, you are ahead of the pack. And for me, what I want to do is help people achieve freedom. That is the whole summary of what I want to do. But then I also just love helping people be healthy. Next, if it kills you to go to work in the morning, get out. If you are going to work in the morning, you're miserable, you're hating it, get out. Stop showing up to work and being miserable. This is your life. You determine how you want to live it. There's that. Next is life is way too short to be miserable. So that kind of goes hand in hand with that. If you're going to work, you're miserable, get out, do something about it. Life is way too short for that. Next, there's no such thing as an overnight success. So true. Guaranteed. Anybody you see, any new artist, movie star, author, anything that just oh wow, this person came out of nowhere and now they got a gajillion followers. They're super refined. Everything they're putting out there is perfect. Guarantee that person's been working their butt off for a very, very long time because there's no such thing as an overnight success. Next is that there's always negativity. So no matter what space you're in, what you're listening to, who you're talking to, there's always going to be some negativity, and it's up to you to protect yourself with a bubble of positivity. So make sure that you are strong in the positivity department and looking at your cup as half full as opposed to half empty. Next is don't be afraid to take a shot. Take that shot for all my ballers out there. Just go for it. Go for that interview. Post that video. Try on that new outfit. Quit your job. Just don't be afraid to take that shot. Just do it. Don't overthink it. And the worst thing that could happen is that you fail and you just go back. Hi, Leela. You just go back to doing what you were doing before. So, and these all kind of ties in, right? You got to know what you want to do. You got to just go ahead and do it. Life is too short to be miserable. There's always going to be negativity. Do it anyway. Don't be afraid to take a shot. And the worst thing that could happen is that you fail. So what? Fail? You can always go back to doing what you were doing before, or you will have learned. In my team, we say there's no such thing as losing. There's only learning. So even if you fail, you just learned. And also, there is no failing if you just never quit. If you quit, you failed. If you just don't quit, you're winning. So just keep going. Next is you have to think big. And this is Grant Cardone 101 and Dana White. Dana White said so. You just have to think big. So if you're thinking right now of, oh, I just want to be happy and everything's good. You got to think bigger than that. Something like Corona may come around and then you're oh, wow, actually things weren't that good. Now I have a mess. So you just always have to think big because you never know what could happen. And plus there's people out there that need your impact. And so you have to think bigger than just you and just your family, just your friends. Think of the globe. I know I do. I know my team and I, we're big thinkers. Okay, 3 more points. When you do what you love, money just happens. And this is something that Grant was kind of not super on board with Dana on. But hey, Dana said so. When you do what you love, money just happens. And I think to a degree that's true. When you do what you love, you're going to persist and you're never going to quit because you're doing what you love. And so eventually the money is going to happen and you'll achieve that success. So I can see how that's true. Next is money is what you use to have fun. He was pretty big on whoever you are, money's just gonna expand on that. So if you're miserable, money is just going to make you more miserable. You got to kind of be happy with who you are and what you're doing, and then just utilize money. It's just energy. So you just utilize money to have fun and to help people, to make an impact in the world. And the very last point I learned from Dana White is, if you're miserable, oh, I just said this, if you're miserable, money will make it worse. So those were my takeaways from learning from Dana White at Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference. If you want these laid out in a bullet point format so you can read them and access them for yourself, let me know and I will send that to you. So that's all I have for today, and I will see you guys later. If you have any suggestions on things that you want to hear me talk about, comment below and I will try to touch upon that at my next live. Bye.